To KU or not to KU? I love a good Hamlet pun. I am who I am. So, in case you missed it, which I can't imagine how you have, there is a boycott happening of Amazon right now, and it is really starting to hurt indie authors. So, I want to talk today a little bit about the boycott and what's kind of going on, and then I want to talk a little bit about what I plan to do with my next book to sort of hopefully meet everybody in the middle. So, let's talk about it.
Hi, I'm Allie Samberts. I'm a romance author of smart and swoony contemporary love stories like the Lead Park series, a coffee shop romance called Common Grounds, and a couple of holiday novellas. My newest book, Not a Strong Enough Word, is coming out in May. You can grab paperbacks from my website or wherever books are sold, and all of my ebooks are on Kindle Unlimited. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more publishing news and other bookish and author-related ramblings. Now, on with the video.
All right, I am ready for this today. I got my Lead Park sweatshirt. I got my Lead Park crew mug and some coffee. It is the second day of my spring break, and of course I have a cold, because of course I do, but that's okay because we're just gonna dive right into it. So, with this boycott of Amazon, there are a lot of people that are saying that they want to cancel their KU subscriptions or Kindle Unlimited. So, for those of you who don't know, Kindle Unlimited is a subscription service that Amazon runs, and you can get essentially unlimited books if the books are enrolled in the Kindle Unlimited service. You can get as many of those books per month as you want for like, I think right now it's at $11.99 per month, which is a pretty good deal if you're reading like 50 books a month, like some of you do. I personally do have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, although I'm not opposed to purchasing ebooks either. I kind of do a little bit of both, and I use my library, and I'm just like, give me all the books from all the places, right? But people are saying that they want to completely divest their money from Amazon. They want to cancel their Amazon Prime, they want to cancel their Kindle Unlimited, et cetera, et cetera. So I fully support this. I do not love giving money to billionaires. So the answer from readers has been, well, if you want us to keep reading your books, you're going to need to move out of Kindle Unlimited. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about why it's not that easy and what you can do to continue to support indie authors, even if their books are still in Kindle Unlimited, at least for the time being. And then again, I want to talk a little bit about what I'm going to do with my book, and stick around till the end because I'm going to tell you how you could actually get an advanced reader copy from me for free. For readers, canceling Kindle Unlimited is like click and it's done. For authors, it's just a little bit more complicated. So, indie authors who enroll their books in KDP Select, which is the author side of Kindle Unlimited, are locked into a 3 month period of exclusivity. So you might be thinking, well, Fourth Wing is in Kindle Unlimited, is it? I don't know if it is, but it might be. Why can I also get that on Apple Books? That's not exclusive to Amazon. Well, that's because she's not an indie author. That's traditional publishing, and they have a totally different set of rules for Kindle Unlimited and enrolling their books in Kindle Unlimited. For indie authors, you're locked into exclusivity. So what does that mean? It means that we cannot sell our ebooks anywhere but on Amazon. So I can sell my ebooks on Amazon. You can purchase a copy, or at least you can purchase a license to a copy, which is another thing that people are upset about because you don't actually own the digital versions of the books that you buy. You own a license to the digital books that you buy from Amazon. And it's actually been like that forever. A lot of people haven't read the fine print, but it's been like that forever. But Amazon's being a little bit more transparent about it now, which has gotten people upset. So there's a lot of things clashing, a lot of things like happening right now. So I, as an indie author, with my books in Kindle Unlimited, for 3 months at a time, I cannot sell my books elsewhere. And if Amazon finds out that I'm selling my books elsewhere, or if I have them elsewhere available for free, they will shut me down. It's in their terms of service that they can do this. And you've seen this happen to a lot of authors before, especially with pirated copies of books. And that's a whole different post. There's been a lot going on this week. It's a whole different video for a whole different time. So I'm not even going to touch piracy right now. Don't steal books. It's bad. That's illegal and it's terrible. And it's definitely not a way to support authors. But for many authors, enrolling your ebooks in Kindle Unlimited is a financially smart choice. Every 3 months, you have the choice to take it out of Kindle Unlimited, but if you re-up in KDP Select, then it's another 3 months of exclusivity. There's no getting out. If you want your books in Kindle Unlimited as an indie author, there is no getting out of that exclusivity. Like you have to only sell your ebooks on Amazon. Now, paperbacks are different. So my paperbacks, for example, are available anywhere books are sold, with the exception of the novellas. For a lot of reasons, I decided just to put the novellas only on Amazon. Um, but my full length books and Not a Strong Enough Word will be no different. They are available anywhere. You can get those on bookshop.org. You can go to your local indie bookstore and order them. And I would love it if you did that. You can also request those at the library, et cetera, et cetera. So you don't need an ISBN number if you put your books in Kindle Unlimited. You just get an ASIN, which is the Amazon version of the ISBN number. The ASIN is free. The ISBNs are costly in the US because in the US we have to pay for everything. Amazon sort of unofficially gives these books a little boost. And I don't have any data on that. I don't have any proof that that's what happens, but I have accidentally not put books in KU before and they've gotten a little boost as soon as I put them back in. So I like it's anecdotal, take it for what it's worth. But when you see, read this author on Kindle Unlimited, you finish this book, read this author. So some of those like recommended things at the end, I think Amazon kind of boosts a little bit if you're enrolled in Kindle Unlimited. Authors are paid then based on pages read. So for my books, because they're on the shorter side, they're rom-coms, they're easily bingeable, I'm making somewhere between $1.50 to $2 per book when you finish it, depending on the per page rate, which actually fluctuates. This is a little bit less than the royalties I make on books sold, but it's like comparable enough that I'm not complaining about it. I think I make a little more than $2 when I sell a paperback or if somebody buys an ebook. So like it's better to purchase the books, but I'm not like complaining. If you read it on Kindle Unlimited, I think that's great too. So the other thing about this is that when you think about whether or not you want to put your books in KU, you want to think about genre. Okay, so romance and rom-coms tend to do very, very well in Kindle Unlimited because readers who read this genre are reading like a book a day or more. So for $12 a month, it's enticing. Like that's, if you're going to spend $4 on an ebook, that's like the price of 3 books, and you could read maybe 10, for that price. And that's really enticing. Readers also are more likely to take a chance on a new author in Kindle Unlimited. So when I released my first book, people were like, oh, sure, it's in KU, I'll read it. And then they liked it and they read my others. So they're more likely to take a chance because it's included in the subscription price. And so it's not like you don't have to shell out $5 for a book that you might not like. If you don't like it, you just stop reading it and you send it back. It's like not a big deal. So it's economically a good choice for readers. And for authors, it can result in some discoverability and some extra royalties that they would not have otherwise gotten if somebody went to the Amazon page and said, oh, it's not in KU, I'm not reading it right now. So exclusivity is bad. So we'll talk about this from the author side, right? Exclusivity is bad. We know this. I'm not going to go into why it's a monopoly, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I actually think that there's been a couple of lawsuits about this, but I don't know if they've gone anywhere. I haven't really been watching. Well, obviously they haven't gone anywhere because we still have the exclusivity clause. But everything is a trade-off. And that's the thing about life in general is that everything's a trade-off. You're never going to have a situation that is 100% in your favor. It's just not going to happen, right? When I started publishing 2 years ago, I decided to trade that exclusivity for what I perceived as a wider reach because I write rom-coms. They're super short, not super short, but they're like, 250 pages. People binge them. And guess what? It paid off. So this is just my experience with my debut, The Right Place. The Right Place alone right now has over 2.7 million pages read on Kindle Unlimited. It has a lot of sales too. I'm not going to discount that, but that's like for a 290-page ebook, that's like 9,000 readers who found me and my books because I'm assuming a lot of those readers went on to read my other books from that book alone. So The Right Place is my absolute best performing book by far. It remains my best performing book by far. I don't know why. I mean, I love it, but so maybe that's not like the best example, but I like to think that readers have found me and followed me and maybe bought a book or two from me, or maybe they start buying signed copies from my website because they were able to read The Right Place on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not intending to brag here. It's the reality that a good majority of those 9,000 readers would not have read a book of mine if it weren't freely available, easy to access, and recommended by Amazon as part of this program. Like that's just true. Okay, so when I look at my books right now, this month, I'm making about 75% of my income from Kindle Unlimited readers. And that's not nothing. It's not super easy for authors to walk away from that. And especially like the price of eggs keeps climbing. And when given the option between money for food and money for books, like guess what wins? So, of course, there are other options. You don't have to enroll your book in Kindle Unlimited, right? We can what's called go wide, which means we put our books not on KU, but we sell them wherever books are sold. So, Apple Books, Kobo, you can put your books on Kobo Plus, that's not exclusive. Um, you can sell your books on like bookshop.org, I think is working on an ebook platform. So there are options, right? Like Apple Books, right? You can also sell your books on Amazon, just not in Kindle Unlimited if you're doing this. Um, my paperbacks are what's called wide. You can get them literally anywhere. You can go to the library. You can request that they get my paperbacks. I would love it if you did that. I would love it if you went to an indie bookstore and said, I want a paperback copy of The Right Place and bought it from there. I think that's great. I make less money when you do that, but I actually don't care how you get my books. If it makes you feel good about how you've purchased it and you like the story, it's fine. Leave a review. Doing all of that means that you're telling bookstores and libraries that my books are selling, that you want them, that it might get you to stock them, might get the bookstores to stock them or the libraries to get me on their radar. Like that's awesome, right? But like paperbacks are more expensive than ebooks. Even if you're purchasing the ebook, it's still more expensive to buy a paperback because it's in print. Like there's material that you need to pay for and printing. It's not just a file. So like now we're back where we started with the price, right? That means for authors, we can go wide with our ebooks, but there's this exclusivity clause. And if we're locked in, like my books just renewed, so I'm locked in for another 3 months. I can't take my books out of Kindle Unlimited. Like, yeah, I can contact KDP customer support, but like if anyone on here is watching this and you've ever done that, you know that that's a crapshoot. It just is. But then I have to give the book, all of my books, a new ISBN, which is expensive. Um, I need to technically add something to the books to make it a significant change because I'm changing the ISBN. I could lose all of my reviews, because if it comes down off the platform and is uploaded as a new book, those reviews could disappear. And then there's just no guarantee that my readers are going to follow me outside of the Amazon ecosystem. To be frank, like I spent 2 years building a reader base that expects my books to be in Kindle Unlimited. And so like they're gonna expect that my books are in Kindle Unlimited. And if that's not, like I don't know if they're gonna follow me and if they're gonna be like, oh, I love Allie, I'm gonna spend $5 on this ebook. Maybe not, right? 9,000? Probably not, right? Here's the thing, right? A lot of my readers have spoken. They're sad or frustrated that my novella paperbacks and all of my ebooks are not available outside of Amazon. The novella is like, I'm sorry, that's not going to change. I will sell them from my website during the holiday seasons, but they're really selling for like 1 month at a time because it's like they're contained to that holiday season. So I'm just not going to spend the extra money and time to put those novellas wide, paperback novellas wide, because they're just not going to, I don't think they're going to sell, right? Um, and this is what it comes down to. It's a business decision. I have to at the very least, I need to keep making enough money to write the next book and publish the next book. I'm doing this all myself. That's what being an indie author means. I love doing that. Yes, I have a book on submission right now, but I want to continue to be hybrid and do some myself and some with a publisher, hopefully. But like, I have to make smart business choices, and if I can't guarantee that my readers are going to follow me enough to other platforms to make up the difference of that 75% of my monthly income that I'm making from Kindle Unlimited, then I can't do that right now. And I know that that's a tough pill to swallow for people who just don't want to support a billionaire, but it it is what it is on my end. So there are things that you as a reader can do, right? And that is buy my books, buy, like, purchase indie author books, even if it's from Amazon for now. Show that there is a market for people to purchase ebooks so the Kindle Unlimited money doesn't entice readers to stay in Kindle Unlimited, right? Until that's happening, I don't believe that readers are really going to purchase books. They want to read them in Kindle Unlimited. 75% of my readers want to read my books in Kindle Unlimited. Like, the money and the reader percentages is not like a one-to-one like coordination, but still, if I were making more money on sales than I am from Kindle Unlimited, I would easily be able to say, oh, well, you just want to buy my books here, you want to buy my books elsewhere. That's fine. That's what I'm going to do. But frankly, when I'm looking at my Ingram Spark dashboard, which, by the way, is owned by another Republican donor billionaire. So, like, if you're buying from bookshop.org, you're still somehow supporting causes that you don't want to support in one way or another. Like, but if you feel better about that, then I love it. I also try to buy as many books as I can from other platforms. But if a book is only available on Amazon, I will also buy it from Amazon. Like, that's kind of like boycotting doesn't necessarily mean that you have to completely never ever spend any money on a platform ever again. It can mean that, but it can also mean that you're just choosy about it and you can understand that, Amazon isn't making a ton of money off of your $12 a month subscription. In fact, they would make more money if you purchase the books. And so I do understand what I'm asking you to do, but it's sort of like we've got to tip the scales. And if you want to have your favorite authors move out of Kindle Unlimited, then you're going to need to tip the scales and show them that people are willing to buy their books. That's kind of like the bottom line, right? So, buy them from anywhere. But this leads me to what I'm going to do with my next release, Not a Strong Enough Word, which releases May 14th. And so people have been asking me, will your book be in Kindle Unlimited? And the short answer is yes, eventually, but not on May 14th. So what authors can do is they can sell wide, and then they can take their book down from the other wide platforms and put their book into Kindle Unlimited. You see this happen actually probably more than you know when authors are like, now in Kindle Unlimited, and you're seeing authors kind of move between the exclusivity and the wide platforms. Um, and so you can do that. And so what I want to do is I want to try to meet my readers where they are, right? In the Venn diagram of not supporting Amazon and still making enough money to continue publishing, I want to try to get in the middle as much as I can. Be totally honest, and I'm going to just say this, and you can go ahead and fact check me. I've done a lot of research on this, but there is not a self-publishing option that isn't owned by a billionaire. And some billionaires are better than other billionaires. I will fully admit that. But if you're looking at indie authors as a small business, there just isn't a platform that has the reach and that treats indie authors as well as Amazon does. Believe it or not, even if you buy my ebook from Amazon, or if I had it wide and you bought it elsewhere, I make more money from Amazon. That's just the truth of it. Unless you're buying them direct from me, and I'm getting there in a second. So I would frankly rather not have all of my ebooks exclusive to Amazon. I would love to do that, but like I said before, I'm making my money that way, and so I kind of feel like I'm stuck as of right now. I also understand in this economic climate that Kindle Unlimited is a really important way for readers to still enjoy books without having to spend more money on them. Like, I'm not an economist. It sort of feels like 2008 again, where we're all very, very worried about what the economy is going to do. I'm old enough that I can say that. I actually had my first teaching job in 2006, and I was very worried I was going to lose my job in all of the cuts that were coming down the pipeline, and I was very lucky that I did not. And so I can't imagine spending a bunch of money on books right now. So Kindle Unlimited could be a way for my readers to access my books for a price that works for them, right? And I do understand that libraries exist, that if you're not exclusive to Kindle Unlimited, that you can put your books in your ebooks in libraries. And I cannot do that right now because my books are exclusive to Kindle Unlimited. But it requires a lot of resources that I don't have to be able to reach out to individual libraries and ask them to stock my books, right? Yes, my readers can do this. I hope you do. Common Grounds, the audiobook, for example, is available anywhere audiobooks are sold. You can get this on Hoopla. You can request it through Libby. If you start requesting Common Grounds through Libby and then you borrow it, the library sees that there's a demand for it. They'll purchase the license. Like, you can do this, but it takes a lot of work on your part to help me out. And that's just like I can't necessarily control that. And so I need to sort of focus on what I can control right now, right? And like, don't even get me started on book bans and libraries. There are places where my books right now will never be available because they're open door romance. It is what it is, right? So there's also like ad spend and time to cultivate a wide audience that I don't have yet because I am teaching full time because I'm not making enough money to not teach full time, right? So it is what it is. Like, as I started this video saying, it's a give and take. So, what I'm trying to do with not a strong enough word is I'm going to compromise from now until at least May 21st. So, a week after release. My ebook is going to be available for purchase directly from me, and I will put a link to my store, my online storefront, in the show notes here. Um, and you can purchase it directly from me. I do make a lot more money that way, like actually a dollar more-ish. If you purchase from me, you also own it. You'll get a file from BookFunnel. It's an EPUB file. You can put it on any e-reader you want, and you can do whatever you want with it. Don't share it because that is copyright infringement. And at $3.99 from my website, I would hope, people can just buy their own. But I'm pricing it a little bit lower than it's available for pre-order on Amazon. You can pre-order it for me now on May 14th, and you'll get emailed an email from BookFunnel, and you'll be able to download the file. You can do this whether you're in the US or you're international. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can do this. If you're in the US, because I cannot ship to international countries right now, it's too expensive and it's prohibitive. Customs is just prohibitive right now. But if you're in the US and you want to sign paperback, you can order both and you get a special discount. So you can pre-order the paperback from me and you can get a discount on the ebook from me, which is awesome if you're trying to keep your signed copies like really pristine, right? Or if you maybe want to take it to the beach or the pool in the summer and read it and not bring your paperback. So as of right now, unless I get like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orders from my website after May 21st, which I probably won't if I know how these things work, which this is like my fifth full-length book, so I have some experience here. So around May 21st, I'm taking the book down off my site. I'm enrolling it in Kindle Unlimited so readers can have access there. So the date's not firm, right? Like all good things in life, this is subject to change, but I hope that this is a way for my readers who don't want to purchase from Kindle Unlimited or don't want to support Kindle Unlimited, don't want to purchase from Amazon, can still get it from me. You just have to kind of act now and get it now. Um, or at least get it before May 21st. And this is like a win-win situation if you buy it from me because you own the book, I make more money, and you can support me directly as opposed to buying it from Amazon. So hopefully that is a compromise, at least for now. If you want to read Not a Strong Enough Word in Kindle Unlimited, you will be able to. You're just gonna have to wait a week, which is, not the end of the world, I guess. And so I hope that you pre-order this from me. It would mean the world to me if you did. And I am really excited to kind of see how this works because if it works out, then this is a model that I would like to continue for all of my books forever, if it works. So I promised you at the end of this video that I would tell you how to get an advanced copy, and I am going to do that. I'm also going to put a Google form in the description. If you click on that link, you fill it out by April 1st, you could get an advanced reader copy of Not a Strong Enough Word. They're all ebooks, but they're free. And all I ask in return is that you please, 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 please post a review somewhere. So if you're a YouTuber, if you have a blog, if you're a bookstagrammer or book talker, I would love to have you on my ARC team so you can fill out that form. And hopefully that will get you a copy. I don't run those ARCs. I don't like pick ARC readers. My PA does that. She's amazing, and so she does that for me. But um, you know, I tend to pick people who like my work, who interact with me. So leave a comment, say, "Oh, I filled out the form," and I will do what I can to get you that ARC copy. And they come out April 14th. So a month early, which will be great. So hopefully I will see you around. Hopefully you can get an ARC copy of Not a Strong Enough Word. I will also leave the synopsis in the notes here. And so you can kind of check that out, see if it's something that you're interested in. And I hope that you can pre-order from me on my website or get that ARC copy or both, because why not? And I guess we'll just kind of see how this goes.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can keep up with all of my publishing news and bookish thoughts. And for more behind the scenes info, check out my socials in the links below. New videos drop every Sunday morning, so don't forget to grab a coffee and cozy up with me next week.